Welcome to the Saturday Softpot Club. It's the 27th of May 2017 and it's just been boiling hot, and I really hope it rains because the earth needs it. And I'm quite lucky really, because I've got my plants in soft pots and I can water them and they absorb the water and they hold it. And in these sort of conditions, when it's just rottenly hot outside, any plant in a plastic or terracotta pot is going to suffer because the heat will heat up terracotta or plastic and it'll just roast the roots. And sometimes when I go into one of the big sheds and go into the garden centre there, I mean, it just, you can smell the roasting roots. It's torture for them. I know something better though. I know that soft pots are kindness to plants. Whatever the weather, if they have to be in a container, put them in a soft pot. And, well, what is a soft pot? A soft pot is a handmade fabric plant pot made out of ladies' tights and stockings. And there's a bit of a secret to it. You can't just put any old compost in, but I thought I'd do, every time I come on here, I sort of demonstrate these tiny little things. And actually, soft pots are much bigger than that. And they're not just pretty faces. I mean, they're fabulous gifts to make, fabulous gifts to give. I mean, you can make a soft pot and it'll match anybody's decor, anybody's eye colour. There's no doubt about it. Soft pots are pretty little fairies. But practically, I mean, here I live in this house and it's quite, it goes up. But at the front, there's hardly any garden. At the back, there's just a tiny little deck. And I found that I can, with soft pots, I'm sort of liberated. I can grow my potatoes up the wall if I want to. I can grow my carrots off the washing line. Now, I know that sounds like a strong claim. So I thought I'd better back it up by bringing it in. Last week I said, oh yes, I've grown my carrots on the washing line. And I thought, actually, I should prove it to you. So here, what I've done here is I have a selection of some of my vegetables. Now, I'm interested in my vegetables with my garden going along with my flowers. I want my vegetables to look just as pretty as my flowers do. And so, there behind you, you see the carrot? That's my carrot. Those are my carrots. And that's been hanging around on my washing line now for a good few weeks. And I can get it down, or I don't know whether I'm about to get it back up again. If I just unhook the hook. Da 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 da. I'm true to my word. And there are my carrots growing inside. Can you see? Ha! Now every year I do this, and every year it goes on tour with me. And it does about, 500, 600 miles. And the only reason it stops growing is if I let people get too close and they all come along and squeeze the bottom. But if you let them alone, you'll have massive carrots. There is no reason why you couldn't have one of these 6 foot long if you wanted. You don't have to have lots of little carrots. You can have one 6 foot one. But, I mean, while I'm not saying that this is the way to do things on an industrial scale, if you want to grow your vegetables and you've got a tiny space, then yes, you can do it. And here we go. Hello. Well, I do apologise. I got disconnected. What can I say? Our internet connection is not the best. I do hope that you can join me here. I'm live now. And what it was, I was talking about vegetables. And I do grow my vegetables. I like my vegetables to grow along with my flowers. I mean, I'm doing an exhibition soon at the Great Yorkshire Show with soft pots. And I want my vegetables to be there too because I think they're very pretty. And I thought I'd bring along actually some examples of the way I grow vegetables, because I don't actually have a garden here at all. I've got a little backyard and a little bit at the front of gravel, but I don't have a garden as such. And last week I said, oh yes, I grow my carrots on the washing line. And I just thought that I better actually show you what I mean by that. It sounds like a tall claim, doesn't it? And by the way, welcome to the Saturday Softpot Club, 27th of May 2017. Going to show you something special. Here's my carrot that it's been hanging around on my washing line now for good few weeks or so, and it's coming along nicely. And what it is, it's a softpot carrot, and inside are the carrots, and they will continue to grow and grow and grow and swing along on my washing line along with everything else. And because I do like hanging my washing out, and when I go on tour, this will come on tour with me, and it'll do about 500-600 miles, and it will thrive. And by the time I'm finished, I've got a really nice long carrot. Last year it sort of got a bit broken up because people got too close and they were squeezing the bottom, and that actually stopped it growing. But you can have a very, very long carrot. You don't necessarily have to have lots and lots of carrots. You can have, 3 or 4 extremely long ones, like 6 foot long, why not? There's no limit. And the other thing about growing your carrots on the washing line, by the way, is that the carrot fly, they only fly low, they don't look for carrots on the washing line, and so you'll never get carrot fly when you grow your vegetables like this. I mean, of course you can put it on a wall as well. I just rather like it on my washing line, and it is rather a strong claim, so I thought I would bring it in just to show you. There we are, and I'll bring you in for some regular updates, yes. And then what have I got now? What else have I got? Let's have a look. Oh, this is something else that I have on my washing line. It's a celery, and that sort of hangs around too. Can you see? And what it was a celery top, and I popped it in a soft pot, and it sort of continued to grow. And I use these Coke bottles as a sort of cut off plastic bottles as a sort of protection for them. And well, it's growing very well, and as it grows up, so I fill it up, and it grows along very nicely. Yes, and I fill it up with compost as it grows to keep the stem nice and clear white. There we go. Another little miracle, eh? Hanging on my washing line. And then, well, here I've got my sweet pea. Now I started it off in a little pot like that, you see. And then when the roots came through, I connected another soft pot to it. And then that way, what happens is it just grows with the plant. There's no uprooting, moving it into a bigger pot or anything. You just create a bigger pot for it as it needs it. And that's very good indeed. And here I have an example. I've got it on a stand. And this is a sweet pea as it's growing bigger. It's grown from this pot into this pot. It's going into this pot now. And so it will continue. It'll probably do at least another 1 layer. And here, these are stockings, and I've used them as tethers, and it's really quite good because it's effective. And as they get really much taller, I'll put another stick in, and I'll bring more stocking legs down, tie them under there, and then the whole thing is really tensioned by its own weight. It's a very, very nice, very easy way of having the most beautiful sweet peas. And actually, one of the things I noticed, about sweet peas, at one point I could never get them to flower very well. And I found that Well, I mean, we're all sensitive to the pH levels in water. And sweet peas, if you put just a dash of bicarbonate of soda into the water, you'll find that it really brings them on. I think they like alkaline water. Some things are tolerant of everything, but some are more sensitive than others. And actually, I mean, when you think about it, all systems are designed to run on rainwater. And rainwater has either a neutral or alkaline pH. And it just makes sense, doesn't it? If you drink water that is alkaline, you're going to alkaline your system, and your system runs better when it's an alkaline system, because we were designed to drink rainwater and alkaline things. And so actually what I do is I take a pinch of bicarbonate of soda with some lemon juice in warm water in the morning, knock that back, that's a little pH bomb. And you can all test your pH, you know, I mean, it's called pH, you've got pH strips. And you can just test it, and you see how your body feels when you're more alkaline. But be very careful, because you only need the tiniest pinch of bicarbonate of soda. I digress. I thought also I'd show you my tomato. Here's my little tomato. Well, it's not so little at the moment. It might get bigger. Well, it will get bigger. Again, it'll probably grow into... I might make it so that it looks like it's a bunch of tomatoes. But beautiful, isn't she? And I thought I'd actually introduce you to Priscilla. I mean, she's just a bit of a star in her own right anyway. But I have to be very careful with her, because she's a cacti. I've had her for many, many years, and she's sporting a rather fetching leopard fur coat. And she's been wearing this for quite a number of years. And she comes on tour with me again every year. And every year I have to be careful, because she's bad-tempered and a really prickly customer. And she's always out to get you. And finally, I just thought I'd show you something. I mean, I'm not always a good gardener. And early, I think it was last year, I planted something, and I meant to bring it on, but I didn't in the end. I didn't bring it on at all. And it was a little broccoli, and it just got stuffed into the corner of the hedge and forgotten, to be honest. And I just wanted to show you. I mean, look at that. I mean, the blueprint of life is within us all, and it all seeks to fulfill itself. And this poor little broccoli here, I mean, it's only in this tiny, tiny pot. Probably the only thing that saved it was having moss on it. Can you see? I mean, it's not the most beautiful pot in the world, but I just thought I'd show you. I mean, life has courage and tenacity, doesn't it? And it seeks to fulfill itself. And I think this, I had to show you. So, nice thing is, all these soft pots move, you know. Oh, and I did some peas. I thought I'd show you some peas. Here we are. These are my peas. Can you see? I mean, it's not fully dressed yet. Sometimes I put plants in, and I just keep them nice and plain, and I wait to see how they're doing. And if they're doing really, really well, then I dress them up for the ball and take them with me to the exhibition. So, oh, another thing I'd like to show you. Actually, I'll bring this back now, if I can. I find I work on ironing boards. Actually, this is an ironing board. These are ironing boards that I invented, the bottle board. Fantastic, fantastic ironing board, built-in sleeve board, long parallel sides. Other end, you can sit a shirt front on, straight up the top, you can go right up to the top button area in one go, saves you repositioning, and it's just fabulous. But I use it nowadays for making soft pots, and it is a really good table to any sort of ironing board. It doesn't have to be a bottle board, but I do recommend an ironing board because you can sit, you can stand, you can take it outside, and it's relatively light. Fantastic tables they are, really. So right, I'm back. I don't know if anybody's here. I don't see anyone. Hello, hello, is there anybody out there? This is the Softpot Saturday Club, and I've just been showing you some really rather racy vegetables. And I'm going to demonstrate a soft pot. Just a little one, I thought. And because we're on the sort of vegetables, herb sort of thing, I thought I'd do a little tiny little thyme plant that I found. And the interesting thing about thyme, you know, is it buys you time. If you eat a leaf every day, studies show that you live longer. Now, I'm just a font of information, aren't I? But let's move on. Let's make a soft pot. I don't know who's out there, but I don't mind. I make soft pots, I love soft pots. And I'll do it all by myself, I don't care. Oh, one of the things I wanted to tell you about was, you know, I told you about when you make a few soft pots, after a while you get soft pot eyes, and everything you look at you think, can I put that in a soft pot? Can I put a soft pot into it? Can I wrap a soft pot around it? Well, I was looking at this, and somebody had given it to me, it doesn't really work, and I thought, no, I'm going to have to just chuck it. But those little red leaves are fantastic. You can get them off really easily, and they're just lovely, lovely things to put in soft pots. They're just synthetic petals. And getting them off here, I mean, it just makes me feel even happier. It's recycling things. I love that aspect of soft pots, I have to admit. Actually, I've got enough there. So anyway, I just want to tell you, you know, here again, found something, I think it's great. Right, put that away. Let's get on with making a soft pot. Right, first things first. You always need a leg of stocking. Now, they can be tight stockings, doesn't really matter. The only thing is, they need to be 10 denier or less. If they're 15 denier, you fight to get all the pretty colours to jump through. And if you want a really, really, really pretty soft pot, that's what you have to do. Get thin stockings or tights. And what I do, it comes with a kit, by the way. I get some stockings come with a kit. I sell kits, by the way, on softpots.com. Please feel free next time. Hopefully you'll join me when I'm making a soft pot. I do know that there are some people who will be tuning in actually because they bought kits. So this is for you. Hello. Right, got my stocking, got my ring, got my stocking neck, and I've just dropped it through the ring and I'm just putting it over the edge. Not all the way down or anything, you don't want that. And then, what? Soft pots themselves are really, really light. When I do hanging baskets, anything like that, I don't put gravel in. But if you want a normal soft pot, give it some gravitas. Give it just a handful of gravel. And it doesn't matter whether it comes from, you know, your path, your neighbour's driveway. Just need a handful of gravel, give it a wash. You don't want any sand in it. And I'm just popping some in, just enough to give me the bounce. Yeah, that's going to be good. And then, I put that there. Here I have my little specimen. Oh, lovely, lovely. What I've got here is 3 of these scoops of regular compost. And to that, I'm going to add 1 scoop of Softpot Gold. Now, this is essential. If you're going to make a soft pot in any way, shape or form, you need Softpot Gold because it stops the compaction, it holds the water and moisture and releases it slowly. It looks beautiful in a naked soft pot and it doesn't rise to the surface and litter the top. It stays where you put it. If you haven't got any Softpot Gold, which you can get from my website, there are £10 bags which are enough to do 15 pots, and there's bigger sizes as well. But I do recommend it's better to get the kit because it's got everything you need. Right, Softpot Gold, this is what it comes in, bag like this. I'm just going to put 1 scoop of Softpot Gold into it. Now, I should show you, shouldn't I? I'll just put that back. This is Softpot Gold. Can you see it? It's beautiful. Beautiful. It's a natural product. It comes from volcanoes and they blow it up like popcorn. And it's the fire element really. I mean, ordinary pots have got earth, air and water in them. But when you make a soft pot, because you've got Softpot Gold, you've got the fire element. So you're working with all 4 elements, and then when you decorate it, you're decorating it with your own creative spirit, and you're making something that's really, really special. You tell me if there isn't something sacred about your soft pot when you make it. You just love it, love it, love it. Because your plant has a body as well, and you can hug it. I mean, it's bizarre. Right, I put that in, I'm mixing it up. Here we go, here we go, here we go. And when I'm filling it, the best thing to do is just dangle. Dangle the stocking over the bucket and then just pour it in, gently pour it. And that way, it's quite clean and neat. And then, how big is it? You can always tell, always look at the base of your plant to know how much compost to put in. I think we need another one. Go on, let's be generous. I always like to give the pot a little bit of room so that they've got room to grow into it, especially if they're herbs, things like that. Right, there we are. Got my stocking, got my compost mix in there with the gravel at the bottom. And now I'm going to do the bounce. And all I'm doing is bouncing it up and down on my relatively soft floor. It's got lino. If you've got carpet, put a newspaper or something down. Don't do it on stone or gravel because that can lather your stockings. And poof, 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 there we are. And you see how beautiful that Softpot Gold is inside the pot. A naked soft pot is something special. You don't have to decorate them. As long as they've got Softpot Gold inside, it doesn't really matter how you decide to dress your soft pot or not. What I'm doing now is the donut. I've made a hole and I'm going around and I'm squishing. And any lumps that I find that I can't get out, I'm going to yank out because it affects the drainage and you don't want that. Yeah, that's it, that's good. Now let's have a look. I think they make a nice little pot. Just maybe a little bit too much there. I want it to be on the dinky side. Going to take my stocking, going to take it down, 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 down. Then going to take my little plant. Come to me, close your eyes, come to me. That's the song that the snake sings when he's hypnotising Mowgli. I always seem to sing it when I'm trying to get a plant out of the pot, I notice. Right, here we go, here we go. Going to open that up, drop it in. You get good at that after a while. If you're doing it with children though, just hold the neck of the stocking open so they can drop it in. Got my thumb on its shoulder, going to bring up the compost and just tuck it into bed. There we are. Now, I've shown you lots and lots of different types of soft pots over the last few weeks, and this is what I teach when when I'm teaching my courses. I mean, I do courses, beginners soft pots, advanced soft pots, all the way through to registered soft pot maker, where you have your own little business. But that knowledge, I'm making videos about it. All that other stuff that I know, I'm making videos and I'm showing you via these videos. So with any luck, you won't even have to come to Henshaws or where to visit me. You'll be able to just download the information yourself and do it from the comfort of your own home, which I think is a very sensible idea. So, as a consequence, I'm always limited to only showing people the simple soft pot when I do the Saturday Softpot Club. So, that's what I'm doing, the simple soft pot. And the simple soft pot has many merits, one of which is wonderful, is that it's a non-spill pot. So if you live in a house with dogs, kids, clumsy people, you move a lot, you knock things over, this is the pot for you. You can play ball with it and it won't spill. What I'm doing is I'm taking that slice of type, cut it again, got a stretchy bit of string, going to tie it round, and just as I tie it round, just there, I think that's a little bit tight, but I can still get my finger in. That's where you want to leave it, at that point, and just tie a straightforward knot. Now, at this stage, clearing the deck, because this is where we decorate. And when it comes to decoration, the world is your oyster. But there are certain things that you need to know. When you're decorating your soft pot, look for all things glittery, shiny, textured, anything like that, but avoid anything that's a natural material. Cotton, felt, linen, sacking, it all rots when it's between the layers and it turns slimy and it's really horrible. You don't even want to save your plant. So do yourself a favour, get yourself a bits box of all sorts of glittery, shiny things and you'll be fine. Just stay away from the natural materials. And when it comes to natural synthetic materials and you're making a dress for your soft pot, the first thing you need to do is put on a petticoat because that makes your dress hang beautifully. And it's what makes a difference often. Now, what have I got? Oh, let's have a little bit of that then. Here I've got a little bit of organza. I really like organza. It's got lovely colours. I'm just ripping it down the middle just to make it a bit easy to wrap that round like that. And I'm just going to use that tie that I made just to tuck that material under. Just to hold it in place, really. That's all. I mean, that's one of the nice things actually about soft pots is you don't use pins, nothing sharp, apart from a sort of fairly blunt pair of scissors. Yeah. So that's your base petticoat. Now I could continue adding things to it. Let's have a look, have a look, have a look. bits of green here. All I'm doing is, again, using that tie and just tucking up those bits. There. I can continue doing that. This is the first layer. And you can put all sorts of glittery bits, shiny bits, all sorts of things like that. But once you've done that to your satisfaction, then we move on to the next layer. Now it's a little thyme, isn't it? Little thyme plant. So it's got quite a lot of lilac in it. This is colour grass. Again, you can buy it from my website, and it comes in the most beautiful colours. And this is what makes you able to make a soft pot to match anybody's decor, whatever it may be, indoors or out. I mean, soft pots are much kinder to plants anyway, because the roots grow normally and you don't get root spiralling. And you can do trees, small trees, fruit, all sorts of things. Now I've just wrapped that around, and I'm going to continue. Let's see what else we've got. Now this is another layer. What I tend to do is sometimes let's chop that a bit more. You can pop this in between the colour grass and the there we go. And the idea is, if you keep the colour grass, keep it close to the neck, because otherwise what happens is when you bring it down, when you bring the top down, it all shifts down and you spend 10 minutes doing that, trying to get it all back up again. So yeah, don't worry about that. I need a bit of a strong, ooh, I see. A little bit of pink, and then let's have a look. Ooh, ooh. I rather love this wool. I only found it the other day, and it's a lovely rainbow wool. By the way, happy birthday, Vince. Hope you're having a lovely day. Then put that one on. Never entirely sure how things are going to turn out, you know. No idea. Now this is quite an interesting again, when I say wools, you want synthetics. You really do. I mean, it takes quite a long time for wool to go sort of a bit mouldy looking, and personally I don't mind the look of it. But I do know that some people don't like it, and the wonderful thing is soft pots are washable. If something's happening to your soft pot and you don't like it, take a damp cloth, wipe it off. Again, if your soft pot's been in the house and it's looking a bit dusty and dull, it should be really shiny, shiny, shiny. Just take your damp cloth, wipe it off, and it'll all come back up beautifully shiny. And you'll see as well that when you water your plants that are outdoors, if you turn the hose on them, all the colours come shining through. The whole garden is glistening and beautiful. Now, I don't know, I've added something else again. All right. So she's beginning to look like a fairy going to the ball, and that's exactly what you want. And you don't need much, you just need a little pinch of different colours and things. As I said, you know, this is, it's a serendipitous journey. There's no right or wrong. As long as it's made right on the inside, go to town, have a wonderful time. But as I said, do avoid natural materials. That you will regret if you do that. Right, let's have a look. Ooh, found a bit of glittery stuff. Let's put some of that in. Again, I'm going in between the layers. There. Yeah, look at that. Got a few feathers. Let's stick a few feathers in. Feathers, believe it or not, are fine. The feathers on the outside are one thing. The feathers on the inside, after they get wet, they sort of go ziggy-zaggy. It's quite an interesting effect. So, all right, here we go. Let's keep on going. What else have we got? Sequins. When in doubt, sequin it out. Right, I think she looks like a fairy going to the ball. I'm not sure about those green. No, that's better. Right, here we go. The grand denouement. Now, I wonder if you can see that better. I hope so. What I'm doing is I'm taking my fingers down, walking them down. When I get to the top of the plant, I'm getting my fingers in, bringing it down, and then see that diamond shape. Probably can't see it on there so well at the moment. I do it like that. See that diamond shape, thumbs on the back, those two fingers there. I'm going to go grab, all the way down to the bottom. Bring it round as fast as I can. Yes? Now, see how dark it is? And that's the 10th only a stocking. So you can imagine anything else. And we have to work much harder yet to bring all the colours out and through. So, are you ready? Here we go. Let's go back to that one. Huh? Yeah? Right. Got to this stage. When I'm going to pick it up, the underside is the only clear bit. Get your hand under that. Pick it up. See that? Grab that. Don't let go. With your other hand, bring it down. Bring the stocking. Grab the stocking and bring it down over your hand, over your arm. And as you do, pull on that neckline and you'll see that it's expanding, and you can control the rate of expansion on that. Now, I don't want it to be too big because I don't want it, I want it to be a simple soft pot that I can play ball with if I need to. So, with my other hand, going to grab it, push all that back up, bring it back down. Now, let's have a look. You want to keep it as clear as possible underneath, and if there's any bits that you're not so sure about, this is a good time to just get your hand in and move things around if you need to. Now, have a look. Yeah, it's quite bright. Right, here we go. Next thing to do is twizzle. Going to turn it upside down. Going to grab it close to its bum. Keep the rest of that out of the way. And then I'm going to twizzle it. You have to watch the head. Here we go. Done the twizzle. Going to tie a knot underneath, close to its bum. Da 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 da. I should mention, you know, all those different colours that you saw me using, they all come in the kit, you know. See all those colours behind me? Every colour that I have, you get some. You get a ball of it, nice big ball. And then, at this point, this is when you can shape it. Your Softpot is born, you've cut the umbilical cord, and now, all you have to do is shape it. You take your 2 fingers, you can roll it, and that forces the contents out to the side, and you can stretch it out. You can make them square, dimple-shaped. I have to admit, this one, often it's a sort of collusion between you and the plant. And I have to admit, I rather like the amphora shape for this. You just shape it out. Once you've watered them, then they don't like moving too much. But can you see? They're just totally mouldable. They are my little amphora shape. Beautiful, isn't she? And then, when it comes to watering your soft pot, it's dead easy. Indoor pots, just stand them in a bowl of water and feed, and just leave them there and there. Suck it up like a sponge. When you pick them up, they're not drippy or soggy. And how do you tell if a soft pot needs watering? Well, they're a bit like children. You can't tell from the side. You have to put your hand underneath and you'll feel the dampness. And also, you can tell by their weight. After a while, they're like friends. You get to know their dry weight and their wet weight. And so, yes, that's a very pretty thing to do as well. Oh, sorry, watering. I'm talking about watering, wasn't I? There we are. Outdoor plants, the big ones, I plunge them. It's good to plunge your soft pot the first time you get it. Plunge your soft pot, that charges all the crystals, that charges the soft pot gold. And it's good to do that sort of, I don't know, once every couple of weeks. And if by chance you've put it in and it hasn't sucked up all the water, you haven't got time to wait, all I do is take it out of the pot, give it a squish underneath, that'll take out the excess, and then if you just leave it for 10 minutes so that it's free draining underneath, you'll find that by the time you pick it up, it's ready. And you can put it out on a nice little dish. Well, when I say nice little dish, I found that the best thing for displaying soft pots, believe it or not, these plastic lids. If you put it down there, they just sit and they're not too high. They protect your furniture, and they're just excellent. But of course, I mean, you can also, you can put them on bangles, anything like that. See? If you're worried about the drippy bit, put a little tissue in there or something. But they stand on all sorts of things, candlesticks, all sorts of things. You're completely liberated with the soft pot. You can do things with a soft pot that you'd never dream of doing with a conventional plastic or terracotta pot. And as I said, they're just so good for schools, because once you've made a soft pot, your plant has a body and you've made it and you love it, and there's just Children absolutely adore making soft pots. Often it's the first real connection they have with the plant world, and it's a lovely one to have. After they've finished, they want to know how to look after it. And if you give them a good plant, it'll go on for a long time, because plants in soft pots do extremely well. Much better than plants in conventional plastic or terracotta pots. So there we are, that's my little soft pot made, and it's a happy little job. Now, actually what I might do is I'm just going to water it, might as well water it, I'm talking about watering it. This is my bowl, but any bowl will do. Yeah, and all you do is just plonk it in there and it will absorb it. Maybe I put too much in actually. For this little bowl. There we are. I'm just going to pop it in there, and I thought I just mentioned that the kits. Where is it? This kit. This is a kit. This is what you get. It's £20 including the postage and packaging. And what do you get inside? You get 12 balls of Softpot Gold, of Softpot colour grass. A bag of Softpot Gold. That's enough to do 15 medium size, the size I've done, or more if you make them smaller, 20 or so if you make them smaller. It's got the step-by-step guide to making a simple soft pot. And last but not least, it's got the 2 legs of stocking, it's got the soft pot ring, it's got petticoat material, it's got samples of different sorts of wools that you might like, it's got the glittery bits, it's got the sequins, it's all there. It is a starter kit. You want to start your own bits box, start collecting all sorts of interesting things that you might want to involve in your soft pot. And it all goes out first class, so it'll be with you almost straight away. And you can join me next week and make a soft pot with me. Well, I do hope that you've enjoyed my tour of strange and wonderful vegetables. Did I show you mine? I did show you this, didn't I? Yeah, these are my peas. And talking about thyme, that's a nice little thyme hanger. It's my wall hanger, and that's coming along really nicely. And I thought I'd show you something that's really unusual. They're called lithops, and it's actually, I just made a soft pot in a bangle, quite a deep bangle. And I don't know if you can see it. Oh, actually, maybe on the other camera. There we go. Can you see that? They're called stone plants because they look like stones, and it looks like they don't do anything, and they hardly have any water at all, so they're great for indoor plants, and they come in all sorts of lovely colours and things. They're really quite extraordinary. So that's that. Just sort of wanted to bring you something a bit different, you know, because you can do such different things. Such different things with soft pots. You know, they're perfect for schools, going into nursing homes. I've taught in nursing homes, and I thought I'll never get anywhere here. And initially they all stared at the wall, but then when I got all my colours out and the glittery bits, there's a change in the energy. And I said, go on then, well, actually, the first time we did it, I had a bit of help, and I showed them what I was doing, and then with a bit of help, they made a first soft pot. And then I said, if you want, you can go and make some more, And they all got up, they all went off, made a soft pot, completely unassisted. And at the end of it all, I took photographs. And those people were alive, they were there again, they were connected. Gardening, living plants, Softpots is a wonderful world of creativity. And you don't have to be artistic, you don't have to be a creative. You can't help but make a beautiful, beautiful soft pot. So I encourage you to, join me. Sign up if you go up to my YouTube Softpot channel. If you subscribe there, that would be great. If you share this, that would be great. And if you let me know if you're interested in these courses, because they'll be coming out soon, please let me know. Annie at softpots.com. My website's softpots.com. And you can contact me. And very soon, actually, I'm doing an exhibition at the Great Yorkshire Show. It's outside the Women's Institute. It's outside their pavilion. If you're there, come and see me. Come and see Softpots. Come and see and feel them, because seeing is not believing. You've got to give them a squeeze as well. And then you'll know just how wonderful they are. Well, I hope to see you next Saturday on the next Saturday Softpot Club. And I don't know what I'll bring in for you or what's going to happen, but I do hope that this finds you happy and well and raring to make soft pots. Yes. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. All the best.